Hello Animals fans, and welcome back to the Animals universe. Today we're dipping into the wacky world of Book 12, The Reaction, to talk about Rachel's grandmother. Rachel is in the midst of her morphing crisis bit, where she's morphing things against her own will. So she ends up morphing an elephant in her own house, causing her bedroom to collapse in on the kitchen, and the house is no longer livable. So, the family has to come up with solutions. "Where are you all going to stay?" he asked my mother. "At my mom's, I guess," she said. Under her breath, she added, "Until the old woman drives me stark raving nuts." My dad nodded in sympathy. "Look, I'm staying in town for a couple of days. I thought maybe I'd run interference for Rachel. Keep the media off her." This is the only time in the series, unless you can find an example otherwise, where Rachel's grandmother / Naomi's mother is mentioned in this series at all. Why have I picked a picture of an older lady being very eccentric? Because the only thing we know about her is that she's apparently a bit nuts. And I can say that because Anmorph said it. Don't cancel me for that. So Naomi says that she's going to stay over at her mother's place, Rachel's grandmother, until Naomi gets driven mad by Rachel's grandmother. And then the father, whose name is Dan, yes, I believe it's Dan, nods in agreement, as in, yes, I agree, she will drive you mad. So all we know about Rachel's grandmother on her mother's side, of course, because it's Naomi's mother, is that she's liable to driving people mad. How? We don't know. We simply don't know. So we're having to headcanon now, and my headcanon is she walks around doing eccentric things which are acceptable, even a bit fun at times. But when you actually have to live with that person and they do it over and over and over again, it starts to grind on your nerves a bit, you know. Like one day she'll come into the living room wearing a wheelbarrow on her head, calling herself the fire guard of the Bellevue Tower. I don't freaking know. Yeah, mad as a brush. Old Grandma Jezebel. Is that a woman's name? Dorothy. Or Mavis. Mavis is an old woman's name. Have you ever met a young woman called Mavis? If you have, leave a like on the video. Also, become a member. Do it. You help me out, you help yourself out, because it means I can listen to the audiobooks and do a full, comprehensive review, which means another video for you down the road, and probably some more as well. She would... Grandma Mavis would join as a member. Yeah, of course. Actually, no, because she's crazy. So she'd be... I won't do that, because I'm crazy. So, do you want to be like that? Do you want to be known as the crazy one? If you don't, join. Anyway, Grandma Mavis will go around saying she's the Daffodil Queen, and eventually drive Naomi, who herself is a bit of a Karen, entirely mad. And this is probably why Rachel doesn't end up going with Naomi, her mother, doesn't end up going with Naomi to live with Grandmother Mavis. She instead goes to live with her father in a hotel called the Fairview. Obviously, we are spared of Mavis's eccentricities. Isn't that right, Lila? You're eccentric. Exactly, meow. God, stark raving mad, this one. You belong in the loony bin, don't you? I could arrange for it. She probably has cats as well, Mavis. You have cats, don't you? She might even be a bit of a Karen, because, you know, Karens breed Karens, and Naomi is a Karen. So it could go that way. You're more than welcome to headcanon that she's a complete, like, she's actual super Karen. Like Goku Karen. Go Karen. Go Karen. Go Karen. But no, this is my headcanon, and you're more than welcome to join me. Lila joins me, don't you? Do you know what else you should join? You should join as a member. I'm going to stop doing that actually now. Oh, Lila, please, you're like pulling on the microphone cable now. There are a couple of the quotes that I'm going to throw in here that might give us a little hint. In fact, one of them does sort of give us a hint. It's just 2 quotes for you. "Security!" Cassie yelled. "Oh man, they'll take us all into the office. They'll call my mum. I do not want to explain this to her." "Split up," I said, trying to sound like a leader. "Just like at the construction site. One guy can't catch us all." "This guy looks like my grandfather," Rachel said. "Not like the Hutbajir that was after us." What do we learn from this? Basically nothing, but I'm clutching at straws here. Rachel said that this guy who works at the gardens looks like her grandfather, who could well be the husband of Mavis here. It could not be, because it could be her other set of grandparents. They could be divorced. They could never have gotten married at all. But my headcanon says this is Mavis's husband she's talking about, Cuthbert. So Cuthbert and Mavis, Rachel's grandparents on her mother's side. Speaking of mother's side, "You will not attend this burial ceremony, Rachel?" Axe asked. "No, I'm not really related," Rachel said. "Grandpa G was Jake's great-grandfather on his mother's side. We're related on his father's side." I've drawn up a handy-dandy little diagram here, and I'll flash it up on the screen as well. But I've got a family tree here. It's not completely accurate because we don't have all the information, but at the bottom you've got Jake and Rachel, represented by the blue and red dots. Lila, please stop rubbing up against the screen. Above them you've got parents. So the burgundy is father, or basically the male, and the purple is female. So Rachel's mother and father, Jake's mother and father. And I'm trusting Seropedia on this one. So I think this is the first time I've ever actually done this and let Seropedia do the research for me. But Seropedia says that the fathers are brothers. So Steve and Dan are brothers. So I'm just going to take that from Seropedia and accept that as true. What are you doing, Lila? Why do you want so much attention? Is it because I'm talking a lot? You like talking? Oh, go on. I will beat you up. I mean it. I'm bloody serious. Oh, I can't do it. You're so beautiful. Grandpa G is related to Rachel, sort of, but not really. So on Jake's mother's side, we've got her parents and then their parents, and that's where Grandpa G is. He's one of those up there. So where is Grandma Mavis in all of this? Well, I shall show you, if Lida will let me actually draw it. Oh, Lila Lou. What do you do? Crazy cat. So this is Mavis. So just how Grandpa G is not really related to Rachel, Grandma Mavis isn't really related to Jake, because she's over there. Anyway, I hope that diagram clears it up, and that is pretty much all we have for Rachel's grandmother, Naomi's mother, Grandma Mavis, and her husband, Cuthbert. An eccentric sort, but honestly lovable. What I will say though is we never hear from her again. When Naomi is rescued at the end of the series and taken to the Hawkbajir Valley, she never mentions her. And of course, Grandma Mavis never appears there. So, and considering that she says, "Oh, we're going to move in with your grandmother," she can't have lived that far away. So Naomi just abandons Mavis at the end. She's like, "Ah, sod her, screw her. She can deal with the. They probably don't care about her anyway. They might probably just burn her. Actually, they might just set fire to her. Don't care." But unfortunately for Grandma Mavis, she probably never sees her granddaughter again. Unless she meets her somewhere in between one of these books somewhere, but... Anyway, it's getting sad now. Thank you very much, Grandma Mavis. You're freaking Lila leaving hairs everywhere. Your stay in the Animal series was short, not at all memorable, and quite frankly, you didn't even need to be there. But you know what? Thanks for being there. I love your glasses. You carry on now, back to your bingo. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you... No, we have to spin the wheel. Who's it gonna be? We're anywhere between 1 and 18, and the additional books anywhere between those. So who's it today? It is... Batmorph. I thought we've already done Batmorph. Have we done Yes, we have done Batmorph. How did that sneak in there? I haven't put in those ones that are already in there. Jesus Christ, I have to go to my list now just to take it off. Where would it be? 7? Would it be 7? No, it'd be 10, wouldn't it? Book 10. Yeah, there it is, little sod. Get out of there. You don't belong in there. Right, let's try it again. I'll remove that from there and then spin the wheel again. Hopefully this time it's one that we haven't already done before. How is that possible, considering the amount there are? The Skunk Kits. From book 9, The Skunk Kits. That'll be, well, that'll be that. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, Grandmother Mavis, and we'll see you all next time, somewhere in the Animorphs universe. Bye-bye. 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 Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.